This meeting is being recorded.
Ta-da. Okay. Good morning. Welcome, everyone. We'd like to start with the pledge and a prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lord, we thank you for this brisk and beautiful day. We ask that you give us your guidance, your wisdom as we move forward with these proceedings. And we ask that you lay your blessed hand on all those that serve. We ask all of this in your holy name. Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Rock. Appreciate that. I'd like to entertain a motion for the signing of the claims and minutes.
Make a motion to approve.
All in favor signify, is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We'll take time right after the meeting to do that so we can expedite matters a little bit. We have next on the agenda from Purdue Extension, Jackie Franks. Is Jackie here? That's not Jackie, is it? Good morning.
Good morning. How are you all?
Good.
You should have a copy of our 2022 contractual services agreement between Purdue Extension and Kosciuszko County.
Okay.
Did you all have any questions for me about that?
Did you get a chance to review that?
Pretty standardized what we've always done in the past. So,
Good, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd make a motion to approve the contractual agreement for 2022.
It's been
Second.
moved and second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Very good. That was
Thank you.
painless, wasn't it?
Have a good day.
Thank you, Jackie. Cardinal Services?
Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me back up one. I put a check mark on Kelly Heckman. I did, excuse me, Kelly. Didn't mean to circumvent you there. My apologies. Welcome. Good to
Hi,
see you.
Bob. How are you?
Good. I'm fantastic.
So,
What can we do for you?
Well, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to introduce you to one of our new staff members. So back in February, my job transitioned, and so now I'm 50% area director and 50% A&R, Ag and Natural Resources educator. So part of that change also provided opportunity for me to hire an assistant agriculture natural resources educator. So on October 4th, Emily Luck started with us, and so I'd like to introduce her and welcome her to the county.
Good morning, Emily. Good to have
morning.
you with us.
Thank you.
Congratulations. You got
Thank you.
some big shoes here to fill.
Yes.
It'll-
Well,
it'll-
we'll be working together to
Very good.
continue to provide agriculture and natural resources services to
Okay.
the county, but
Good.
Emily's here full-time with us.
We are a tremendously agricultural community. You're gonna have a lot to do working with
Yes.
kids and education, so
Yes.
welcome.
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it.
Very good. We're glad you're excited.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for coming in this
Thank
morning.
you, and thank you for all your support over the years for Purdue Extension.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Now let's do Cardinal Services. Well, good morning.
Good morning. Matt Bourne with Cardinal Services. Hey, here this morning to talk about our calendar year 2022 non-for-profit funding and request a reallocation of some of those funds. When we initially complete that application, we requested for funding for our Head Start, Early Head Start program, the bus service, and our employment services. As you know, last year we had some funding for our direct support professionals who work in the community with individuals with developmental disabilities. And that really helped us address some staffing concerns that we were having. However, the Head Start program was not able to be included in that. Their funding was not increased, and their wages are substantially lower. And recently, with the vaccine requirements coming out and being required for federal programs, and then just the general staffing shortages, we've identified that there's some pretty severe staffing concerns in that program. So to address that short term, we're asking that the full amount from the county be able to be used this year for Head Start and Early Head Start funding. That gives us some time to adjust some wages and temporarily address sort of the issues that exist in that program. And then we're already starting a process to look at some additional funding that could be used for Head Start, or to really look at a change of scope to say, how do we best serve this community and adjust, the hours of the day, the number of classrooms that we have, just to make sure that we're able to have competitive wages to attract the talent that we need to support those counties in Kosciuszko County. So I know that the county typically just gives us a grant award, which we've received for the full amount that was requested. And there's not specific language in there saying it has to be, designated this way. But I know that in our application, we said we were going to do it a certain way. And so I didn't feel right just doing that on our own without coming and requesting your permission to do so.
It's an official brochure.
Matt, on that Head Start program, I know that that's something that there's a waiting list to be able to get in that program, isn't there?
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
is.
And I guess I really see that as a huge asset that you provide our community, or service you provide to our county. And I guess I'm being in full support of being able to use that funding where you see fit. I know you may have said something in your thing, but I know that the Head Start is something that's very crucial to our community. Those kids off to a good start is important, so.
I appreciate
And
that.
I've been to your, to the Head Start when you
Yeah.
had your promotion and everything. To see the kids that are, not just the kids, but the dads and moms that are there, that you support them, not only
Yeah.
with the children, with the education and helping them with their budgets and that type of thing.
Yeah.
Tremendous program.
It is very
And I think-
holistic in its
I think to
approach.
be able to use your funds that are allocated to you the way you see fit, the best predictor of future behavior is the way you've done things in the past.
Yeah.
And I would support that.
Oh, thank you.
Second that.
Okay. Need a motion?
No,
Yeah,
you
I've
got
made
it.
motion,
I
I made a
second.
motion to approve their transfer or use of funds.
Motion second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Very good, keep up the good work.
Hey, thanks so much.
Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
Matt.
Bruce Woodward. Yes, bless you, Dave.
Bless you, David.
Good morning, Bruce, good to see you.
Good morning. So I'm here to gift the county a piece of land that's been acting as a drainage ditch since the 1950s or the 1960s. It's a leftover lot from a subdivision development on the east side of Fox Farm Road, north of the roundabout, north of the what was C&M Body Shop, that area. It's a 65-foot wide frontage, 210 to 220 feet deep and 45 feet at the back. The tract has culverts underneath Fox Farm Road from the west side of the road that is draining water from the west side of Fox Farm Road across and underneath Fox Farm to drain into the Tippy River Basin that is there. It's an unusable tract. It's been a drainage ditch
Forever.
really all these years, an unkept drainage ditch, but it's, we've been paying the property taxes on it for many, many years. It's been family owned and it has no value to us. It has no value to anybody except for the community and drainage for Fox Farm Road and future development.
Okay.
So-
You had a chance to look at that, Ed, at all? I have. Yeah, okay. The legal aspect, I think we're happy, we're satisfied with, and appreciate that because you've been paying tax on all these years, and we appreciate that as well. So,
Yeah, it's just that,
Yeah,
I'm one of these people, I know where our tax dollars go,
Yeah.
because of public meetings and
Sure.
being involved with the community and being able to have a voice. And I've always appreciated that. And I appreciate where our tax dollars go into our the betterment of our community. Thank you.
I'll make a motion to approve the acceptance of this parcel.
Second.
it's been moved and second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Mr.
Okay.
Woodward, for your
Thank you. I
gift.
brought the deed with me. I'll have it signed and get it signed and notarized and dropped off the auditor's office.
That'd be
Thank you.
great. Thank you.
Thank
Very
you.
good. Okay, Steve Snyder. Petitioner from the Hatchet.
Good morning, I'm Steve Snyder, longtime local attorney. Something unusual.
Got it? Get it? Good.
Something unusual today.
I like their demonstrative action. That's pretty good. Huh? I understand.
Thank you, Steve.
My client has property. Will have sewer installed in the near future. And the engineer for Jones Rafinski has suggested that the private line to the grinder station be run down a narrow public way that is adjacent to his property. As you can tell from the aerial photo, it's an unopened way. It's not paved. It's maintained by the neighbors essentially who mow it. But the utility lines that come into the Matchett property come in parallel with that public way. And the engineer suggests that the sewer line, at least the private sewer line, cross those at a 90-degree angle and then go to the grinder pump. Because it's a private line as opposed to a line that would be owned by the sewer district, I suggested that we needed your permission to install that private sewer line in a public right-of-way. And that's what we're asking today, is for your approval to install that line in the approximate location shown on that aerial photo.
So it looks like some of it will be in the right of, some in the public right of way, and some will be in the person's personal property.
Right. It goes out at a 90-degree angle to his property line and then turns and goes to the grinder pump. So that whole length to the point of the grinder pump outside of his property lines will be in that public way. And that grinder pump location is what the engineer has suggested.
Will that only service the 122 house, or will 148 feed off of this as well?
At this point, it's probably only going to serve his, because the other option was to serve 148, and the engineer said, no, we want that grinder pump between 148 and 156.
Okay, so they've already made that determination.
They've made that recommendation, right.
Okay.
We need some kind of you need like an encroachment agreement, or what do you, or just?
No, it's just a resolution authorizing placement of that private line in the public right of way.
Okay.
What's your?
I'd make a motion that we approve.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd second that.
Motion to allow that resolution. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Any other business to come before any other office holder or department have business with the commissioners this morning? Ed, you're moving like, no? Okay. County Attorney Ed Ormsby.
We have a railroad crossing closure agreement that was negotiated with Norfolk Southern. It is for the proposed closing of a crossing at County Road 400 East at milepost B 404.43. There are some conditions that have been negotiated with Norfolk Southern for this closure, which is being considered at their request. One is that within 120 days, if the county passes a resolution and ordinance ordering the closure of the crossing, Norfolk Southern shall pay to the county $250,000. Norfolk Southern shall also, at its sole expense, including but not limited to all labor, materials, and equipment, remove the crossing from the tracks and beyond the ends of the cross ties on each side of the tracks. Norfolk Southern shall reimburse the county for the barricades erected by the county at the crossing. 3, Norfolk Southern shall, at Norfolk Southern's sole expense, including but not limited to all labor, materials, and equipment, construct a suitable turnaround at the south side of the tracks, which will become part of the dedicated roadway for future maintenance by the county. 4, Norfolk Southern shall, at its sole expense, extend 2 existing culverts underneath the tracks and to the edge of the rail right-of-way in the location shown on the diagram that's attached to the agreement. There is also contemplated future projects that will be subject to separate agreements. If those future projects are approved by all of the governmental entities necessary, including the state, Norfolk Southern will also pay an additional $100,000 to the county. They will pay the 10% local match for installation of fully automatic warning devices at one of the crossings, and also construct and install fully automatic warning devices at the First Street crossing as well. So that agreement is submitted to the commissioners for consideration on approval.
Okay, very good. I know in talking with, need to take a vote, maybe we can, on the second, we can.
Opportunity to talk to them.
We have representatives here from Norfolk Southern. He's here from Atlanta, Georgia, I believe.
Good morning, Commissioners.
And
Good
we
to see
also
you.
have, would you step up, please? You've been an integral part of our negotiations and our discussion. And we really appreciate how well this has gone and how smoothly. It's a win-win, I think, for us. You get the longer trains, bigger trains need more rail, and to be able to, this crossing was blocked a lot anyways. And so we have two other major arterial roads to get people to and from the southern part of the county, southern Wabash County, Huntington County, that come to Warsaw for work. So we appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Well,
Introduce yourself, please. And
yeah, my name is Will Miller. I'm the Public Safety Director for Norfolk Southern. And as you mentioned, Commissioner, out of Atlanta. So we're here to thank the county for working through this, to come to this agreement. We're asking for your support in adopting it. We are trying to build the railroad of tomorrow, and this is a very important place for us in between Chicago and Fort Wayne. Moves a significant amount of our traffic, and we think this will make significant improvements to State Route 13 and allow us to accommodate the freight growth that we're seeing in the country.
okay. We all understand when we get stopped at crossings that there's a lot of, these trains are getting a lot longer and a lot bigger, especially with the intermodal where you're stacking boxcars on top of boxcars. So there's a tremendous amount of movement there to keep our economy for the entire country moving. So we appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Do you have anything?
I guess the only thing I want to say is, I want to thank the whole team, but I know especially Ed. He worked very hard on this agreement for the county to get us in a one that we could accept, as well as, financially, it's a good move for the county. This gives us some additional monies to fix the roads that need to happen in that area, because there will be some traffic that is going to deviate from its current path. So, we were able to get some money, get some drainage issues fixed, so all around, I think Ed done a wonderful job of getting us what we needed and what we really wanted to be able to give the southern part of the county down there through this agreement. I know we're giving up a crossing, but it was closed a lot anyhow, but this will really enable State Road 13 and Packerton Road to stay open, except when those trains are coming in and out of that siding. So I think this is a win-win, and just appreciate, Ed, all your efforts, and I know you've done a great job for us, and appreciate that.
Yeah. I'd also like to thank Steve Moriarty. He's been involved with MACOG, with traffic counts on those roads, so we made educated decisions on whether we should do it or not, and we let the numbers push that type of thing. Also with the 250,000 plus the 100,000, he also initiated a request through NDOT, and there's going to be a $40,000 increase there as well for a grant to help with us in that area as well. So it's a lot of money, and it's will be put to good use. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything further, Brad? Nothing.
Thanks, I just appreciate everything Ed did and Steve. Great team effort, created a win-win.
Okay. All those in favor of the
Approval of the agreement.
the approval, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, Ed. Thank you, Steve.
Look forward to that check.
Yes.
That's not a problem. We'll take it any size it is. Pardon me? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Who made the motion?
Pardon me?
Who made the motion for the approval of the agreement?
I made the motion.
And Brad, you seconded? Okay.
Is there just that one?
No, that we have additional
Okay.
items, so we will need approval for the president, Bob Conley, to sign the agreement on behalf of the commissioners.
I make that motion.
Second that?
Moved and second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Very good.
And then we also need a motion for the corresponding ordinance to close that crossing at County Road 400 East.
Okay.
I make that motion.
A second?
As well. It's been moved and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Very good. Any
That's
further?
all I have.
Okay, very good. Thank you. County Administrator, Marcia McSherry.
Yes, we received a letter from the North Webster Community Public Library commending Linda Stuckey for her 16 years of service on the board. And her term expires December 31, 21, and they're recommending that Amanda Fretz be appointed as a new board member.
Okay. Very good. Do we have a motion to accept?
I'd make the motion to accept.
Second?
Okay, Amanda Fretz is new North Webster Community Public Library appointee. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Very good. Now we'll move on to the 2022 board appointments by the commissioners. Does everybody needs a copy, have a copy of the agenda? And we can, by that, we can, we'll go through item by item. The appointees are as published, 2022 board appointments for, by the commissioners for alcoholic beverage, Board of Zoning Appeals, Bowen Center, Drainage Board, Emergency Management Advisor, KCC RVC and KEDCO, as well as OrthoWorks, PETA BOA Board, Redevelopment Commission, the School Board, the non-voting, St. Joe River Basin, Strategic Planning Committee, and Wage Committee appointees. I entertain a motion to accept.
I'd make that motion.
I second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. We have those available if the media or anyone wants a copy of those. The next appointments are department head appointees, area plan director, county administrator, county attorney, county highway superintendent, GIS, Homeland Security, HR director, systems administrator, and veteran service officer.
Make a motion to approve all those department head appointments.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, we'd like to move on to the drainage board and weights and measures. Entertain motion for those.
Make a motion to approve both of the North Webster, which I guess we approved her up above, or no, that's a different one. So
Yeah.
it's be all three of those, Drainage Board, Library, North Webster, and Weights and Measures. Make a motion to approve those three.
Okay.
Second.
And been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right. And we are going to withhold our recommendation for the Board of Health Medical Director. In that board, we feel that there's a lot of discussions we need to have. It's a tough decision that we have to make. We want to get input and make sure we make the right decision on that board. So we're going to take a longer, harder look at that, and we won't make that appointment today. So do we need a motion to just leave it alone? Okay. So that's for your information. That's what's going to be happening there. Any further input from the commissioners?
No, I agree. I think there's a little more due diligence that needs to happen.
Okay.
Getting lots of good input both ways and
Yeah, I would echo that. I mean, this is a tough decision that I know no matter what our recommendation is in the end, I mean, some people are not going to like the decision. We're taking this very serious from a perspective. We realize that there's a lot of people that are very passionate about this issue. We want to make sure that we're able to hear those people and look through the facts, interview and talk through a few more people just to make sure we're making the most informed decision that we can. I know personally I've served with Dr. Remington, on some of the COVID meetings and such, so I guess, we're just trying to work through and making sure that we're making a decision that we feel as though is the right move for our community as we move forward. It is tough. I mean, we hear everybody's both sides of the story, and we want to make sure that we're doing what we can here because I think some of my feelings is I'm not for mask mandates. I'm not for vaccination mandates. And I think sometimes there's a confusion on what this vote is or isn't. And I just want to make sure that we're making the right choice.
Yeah, I agree. I think to a large extent, we're all in the same boat here in this county. We want to do what's best for our children, obviously, without question. I have grandchildren that are going to be affected by this. My kids are raised, but I don't want to be in a situation where I am part of a decision that I don't think is going to be best for my kids and my grandchildren. I agree. We are a county that's already made decisions to be a constitutional sanctuary county, and we're gonna do our best to do what we feel in the long run is best for the majority of people. And we hear you on both sides. My phone's ringing off the hook. My emails are full. And I look at that and I can get a bitter attitude and say, boy, people are really ganging up on us. But, you know, people who care get involved, and you've gotten involved, and we hear you. And from my perspective, I haven't made my mind up one way or the other. I hear both sides. I agree with both sides. So what do? You know, you just got to pray about it and hope that we have the guidance that we need. So, okay, thank you for that. We're moving on now to County Highway, Steve Moriarty.
Good morning.
Oh, she's not
Good morning.
here.
Last commissioners meeting, we came and we opened up the 2022 annual bids for the highway supplies. After reviewing all of the bids that we've received, my recommendation to the commissioners is that we accept all bids for 2022 annual bids for the highway supplies.
Very good. Is there a motion to accept?
I'd make that motion.
It's
Second that.
moved and seconded. It gives you a lot of latitude to do what you need to do and keep as many people involved as you can. I appreciate that.
Yes.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The second thing that I have, I would like to order 2 dump trucks for 2022. One is going to be a single axle for $224,475. And the second one will be a tandem dump truck for $259,235. Both are bought through National Auto Fleet Group, which is a Sourcewell dealer, which basically helps us get through the bidding process to ensure that we're protected and that we get what we need.
Very good. Okay.
Make a motion to approve the purchase of those 2 vehicles.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. We might talk to Norfolk Southern. They might buy us a truck. I don't know. Oh, they're not smiling, so I don't know. Okay, thank you anyways. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good.
And Steve, I'd say you and I talked about this, but I realize things are a little tight right now, money-wise, but from past experience, kind of letting this slide is not a good thing because it catches up with you. So I'm glad that we're just sucking it up and getting this done. I think it's important.
I know we're not buying completely what we need, but we're at least throwing 2 at it, that'll at least stop the bleeding, and
Right.
we can continue to go down the path that we're in, that we don't fall behind like we
Right.
have years ago.
3 a year historically seems to be the magic
Yeah.
number, but at least we're not falling too far behind, so that's good.
Thank you again
Well,
very
the other
much.
reason for buying them so early is just the lead times on these trucks. If we're wanting to have them for next year's snowplow season, we've got to be able to get an order now. So, I mean, it's incredible some of the lead times we have on equipment and things. So appreciate you looking ahead to try and have those trucks available when we need them, so.
Good, thank you.
Commissioners in the past have thought, we'd be penny wise and not buy trucks this year, but then that backs up on you and all of a sudden you need trucks because the floorboards are rusted out. They won't start and they're a safety hazard. And then next year you have to replenish them and the price went up 20-30%. So
Right.
appreciate your staying on top of that. Very
Thank
good.
you.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. I think it's past 9:15. Michelle Puckett, do you have anything for her? I know she's
We don't have anything
on
today.
vacation or out of the office, so thank you, appreciate that. Dan Richard, area plan in the form of
Matt Sandy.
Matt Sandy.
Good morning. We're bringing 2 recommendations for rezoning to you. The first one we have is in the area of Wooster.
That was a no.
There, here.
Check with you.
I'm coming back. What we've got is a tract of ground that has a small portion that was originally zoned commercial. When Worcester area came in, this was a commercial operation and came in as such. Since time, new owners bought it, combined it with the tract to the east, which was residential. And they are looking at rezoning this from commercial to residential to make it consistent ultimately for a home. And we've worked with them pretty consistently, got moving on that part, but this is a more long-term permanent reaction. This is recommended on with a unanimous due rezone.
Okay. Anyone here to speak in favor of this? Anyone to speak in opposition to? Hearing none, we'll close to the public and have our deliberations. What's your
It's
thoughts,
surrounded by
gentlemen?
residential, so I mean, I don't see why it would.
Decades ago, like 30, 40, 50 years ago, the family had a welding shop there and they did that and that's all gone away. So now they want to go back to the contiguous use and that's residential. So
Correct.
Make a motion to approve.
all been
Second.
moved and second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Very good. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, the next rezoning recommendation we're bringing to you is just outside the town of Silver Lake. And we are on the northeast corner, or northwest corner, I'm sorry, of 15 and Dixie Drive down there. Tract of ground is zoned residential currently. They are looking at rezoning this from residential to commercial. Property there surrounded by residential, you see as on our map, red indicating existing commercial uses, yellow is residential. Board actually took this up in October, took a look at it, and seeing that it was very close to the town of Silver Lake, they wanted to get recommendation or input from the town. We continued, we continued it at that time for 1 month. Went to the town, looked for some input, did not have a solid one way or the other reaction, but did have pretty good discussion, and I think there was remonstrance at that town board meeting on this subject. Brought it back in November to the Area Plan Commission. Area Plan Commission took that into consideration as well as a number of different factors. The current comprehensive plan, they looked very strongly at the recent county housing study and knowing that there is a need for housing in that particular area and looking at this residential growth as a logical location. We also had a remonstrance from a town board member as well as adjacent property owners. Ultimately, they felt that the highest and best use for this property would be to remain as residential, and as such, sent a recommendation